Welcome in this video. Guys, we will be really making a nice project, and it will be rebuilding old mining rig. You can see this old mine board. It is actually for 8 GPUs. Maybe some of you already know those boards. You have the CPU here, some kind of very small Celeron. You have each PCI Express slot with one line, Gen 1, and that's very slow, and you have maybe some small memory, 8 gigs. For AI and LLM, it is definitely impossible to use. I had those setups with many cards, I don't know, whatever you want, from AMD to NVIDIA, 3070, and so on and so on. Some old cards, maybe A4000, and so on and so on. And I had also the CMP NVIDIA 170HX. So this is the card that we will be actually using. This one is really removed. This is my special custom chassis. It is one unit and this unit was made for 8 GPUs generally. It can handle sometimes more, but it is another story. And I will show you what I am doing. So we are using this old unit and we are making from some parts. You have cables, you have GPUs, and you have another board. This is server board that is actually Gen 5 PCI Express 16 times Gen 5. You can see here is the MCO connectors, each 8 lines, so 16 lines for each PCI Express slot. So when you put inside the card, you will be able to connect it. Maybe you can use it for some kind of AMD Genoa main boards, server boards, where you have a lot of those possibilities. But still, when you go Gen 5, you can finish with 8-10 GPUs. This actually is let me say for 11 slots. You have 5 here, 1 in the middle here, and 5 on the left side. So you can connect actually 10 GPUs inside. But with Gen 5 you will have problems with the cables. You need to have very short them, and there will be all the time trouble with the communication loss and interruption of the signals and so on and so on. But I am going to use this board for my NVIDIA CMP 170HX. This is my heart of the unit. I will show you. I have here one more. I will be building 2 more, and here is let me say half work done. You can see it is rebuilt. There is actually board installed. I have modified it. I have put inside 2 times PLX switch. It is this one is the version 88096. It means it is Gen 4 16 times on the input. And the 96, it means it has 96 lines to communicate with over the Broadcom chip. So he is here in the below the cooler, and he can actually access another 80 lines for external devices. You can use SSDs, NVMEs, whatever you want, or you can plug in the GPUs. And if you want, you have 8 lines, let me say those SSF 8645 slots, or 6-9, and those you can use maybe 1 cable, 8 lines for 1 GPU, and you can, let me say, have communication between 10 GPUs on each PLX switch. I have here actually 2, and the reason why I have 2 is very simple. Because you will see we have 4 another positions here, and we have 4 positions here. It's very simple. Everybody knows that the CMP170HX is communicating on the Gen 1. And I think everybody knows about the speeds of the Gen 1. It is 250 megabyte per second, yeah, per each line. So in the case of the CMP170HX, you have originally 4 lines, yeah? And those 4 lines they offer you, let me say, theoretically 1 gigabyte per second. At the end it is about 880, let me say, maybe megabyte, yeah. So it's not even the gigabyte per second, but it really doesn't matter. Those cards, it's possible to modify them. I don't have now any open, but I was modifying my cards. Actually, it is the cards here. We will get to it. Those are modified. They are now running Gen 1 16 times. Point is, each PLX has 80 lines. So you can connect 4 GPUs. It means 64 lines available. Yeah. And another 16 lines I am using for another PLX. And this PLX is communicating with another 4 cards. So each PLX is actually taking care about, let me say, 4 cards. And if you make the math, yeah, you have Gen 1, yeah. Gen 2 is generally double, yeah, the speed. Gen 3 is double speed of the Gen 2, but it's 4 times faster than Gen 1, yeah. So actually 2 times it is, let me say, like Gen 3 and Gen 3 on each PLX. So this one will be communicating with the other one on the full speed. It means Gen 4 16 times, but he will be communicating and giving the data only from the 4 cards that are like Gen 3. So Gen 3 and Gen 3 together, it is exactly Gen 4, yeah, the maximum bandwidth. And then you have the input from the first PLX, and this one you will connect it to the computer, to one PCI Express slot on your mainboard. So in the case you have something like EPYC or I don't know, whatever you want actually. You can maybe have some kind of 3-tripper if you want. You will have on some mainboards below 1 CPU available 6 up to 7 PCI Express slots. So if you imagine you will have just one unit and you need just one PCI Express slot. So you can connect below 1 CPU, let me say 6 such blocks of 8 GPUs. So it will be maybe theoretically 48, let me say, maybe even 56 GPUs possible to have in one cluster below 1 CPU. But this one is really theoretical. If we go here, that is a really finished unit, and you see it's very big. It is like 45 wide, 24 high, and maybe 60 long. And if you want to connect it, such a big beast to the one mainboard, you will find out that you have problem with the length of the cable. This cable is about, I don't know, 56 centimeters long. I was trying to push the shortest one as possible, But anyway, this one is, let me say, the unit below the CPU. Where is the server? So the server will be lying above it actually, and there will be some kind of hole in the other unit, so I can go through the cable and I can plug it here into the last PCI Express slot. And then I will connect one unit. So then you have the bottom and top, and on the top I will have another two units. They are actually there and they are already working. The unit 2 is actually with the 9 cards, and the unit above is with only 4 cards. So there is already 13 GPUs running. And every GPU is rebuilt. You don't see here is no cooling, no fans, nothing. And this project is, you know, I don't like the Red Panda, everything air cooled and noisy and crazy. That's not my style. I do everything all the time water. Water or the liquid. I have special liquid with some kind of antifreeze, because it's not so easy to cool it down. We can go with the math, one GPU is like 250 watt. You have actually 4 of them on each side, 8 together, it's 2000, and it's 2000 of the heat. 2000 watt of the heat, and you need to put it somewhere. You cannot have it in the place, otherwise it will burn everything. So you need to take it out. With this construction and this size, it was really knapp, let me say. It was very tight. You can see maybe here from the bottom, you have the pipes and everything, and pipes and pipes. It's like 16 piping possibilities with the 1/4 inches. And it goes to the splitter actually here on the front. So you have 8 pipes here, 4 times input, 4 times output, and generally each 2 GPUs are in the serial connection, and 4 times parallel. So this is, let me say, cooling system of this unit, and more or less you need like a liter at least for one GPU. If you imagine, maybe later it's better, maybe like 1.5 liters per minute, then you need like 6 liters per minute per unit. I am going to build, let me say, 4 or 5 units. The one will be smaller, and also one of them will be a little bit bigger. It is something like a sister of this one, and there is actually available one more slot, and that unit has actually 9 cards. It was some kind of test project, because I was thinking about the metrics, and it was manageable, like you have 3 and 3 and 3. So it will be a little bit more, let me say, for some special project, more efficient. But at the end, I think I will maybe remove the card and I will make it just 8. And for the metrics, I will have like 4 times 8. So I will have like 32 GPUs. I think everybody knows that CMP 170HX is built generally from the NVIDIA without unlocker 8 gigs. I have all 8 gigs cards, and I was even before the unlocker building this project, because I was thinking, okay, maybe they are slow, but still the CUDA it's working, you can manage it for the LM somehow. But now with the unlocker it's like a jackpot, because each card is 64 gigs, so you have 256 and 256. So this unit is half terabyte of the video RAM. And then you will connect, or I will connect, actually 4 units. So I will reach, let me say, 2 terabytes. And I think with, I think I have 37 cards now at the moment. And if you do the math, you will see I will have like 2.3 terabyte of the video RAM, which is crazy, because if you imagine like you would like to buy this video RAM, a new one, very nice server, then you need to buy 8 times B300, and more or less you will be on the same video memory, but yeah, definitely NVIDIA Link and Gen 5, everything, it's more crazy, so that's not comparable, except the video memory. Yeah, let me say the size. Of course, this one is running very fast, let me say 1.5 terabyte per second, which is for the interference, let me say, very nice. And I am just curious how the system will be working. Now we have outside the Kimi 3, which needs actually 1.6 terabyte of the VRAM, and I will have 1.6. I will have 2.3. So, or 2. If it's not working above 32 GPUs, I will not be able to make it. Then we will be running 32. So I will still have 400 gigabyte for the KV. So I think it is ready for Kimi, and I'm so really like on the spring. I just cannot wait how it will be running. So I have told you about the distribution of the data. The cards, they are modified 16 times Gen 1. I don't know where is Red Panda talking and taking like, okay, it's 2, 4 times 2. No, it's lie. I think the best is 1.1, what I have seen early. And when I was making the bandwidth test, pure data 3.3, 3.29, 3.28, 3.34 gigabyte per second, full duplex. So definitely there is not more at the moment. And if someone actually can unlock it, maybe to Gen 2, Gen 3, Gen 4, I don't know, maybe it's possible. Maybe it will be in the future possible. Then it has maybe some kind of, let me say, advantage. Yeah? But my advantage in this setup, for example, for Gen 4, will actually end on one PLX. Yeah, those 4 cards, they can between communicate with this speed. Yeah, Gen 4 16 times, maybe, if the cabling is okay and we don't have interruptions and so on. And those 4 cards, they can also go Gen 4. So it means 25 gigabyte per second, something. Yeah. But between, they can actually communicate only also 25 gigabyte per second, because they are on the PLX switch. Yeah. And if it will be communicating from that PLX to this PLX, then it will be enough only for 1 card fully. Yeah. So the other 3 will be anyway waiting. And if it is like with this setup, that you plug this PCI Express adapter into your computer, then you have Gen 4 16 times for all 8 GPUs. It means actually this system with the CPU and the memory will not profit if we upgrade those cards further. Yeah, it will not profit so much. Maybe in some small, where it is below 1 PLX, it will communicate very nicely, like maybe original A100, but still, that's it. We are ending there, and we have no SLE, nothing. So that's it. But if you know, like I told you, the math, Gen 1 is actually 8 times slower than Gen 4. We have input Gen 4. So with Gen 4, I can actually feed each graphic card 3.3 gigabyte per second. So it will be running here 25, and it will split between each card 3.3 gigabyte per second directly, yeah? Because here I will need like Gen 3, and here I need Gen 3, and here is income Gen 4, and the half of it is needed here, and the other half goes to the other PLX, and it will distribute in here. So this is the hierarchy of actually this system, of this unit. And each unit will have this option. And we will have, let me say, 4 units. Let me say we start with the 4 units. 32 GPUs. We will populate actually 4 PCI Express slots on my mainboard, on my server. I still can have maybe like 100 or 40 gigabit networking LAN between, let me say, this server and another server. And then it is 5 PCI Express slot. And if I use the small one unit, actually for the 37 cards, I will need the slot number 6. And I still can plug something inside a little bit more, because I have 7 PCI Express slots, 16 times on my server. So definitely with 4 PCI Express slots from the CPU, I can populate all data. We have said 1 PCI Express slot, full power, 25 gigabyte per second. So I will be loading my GPU cluster with 100 gigabyte per second. It will be a little bit slower, yeah, but anyway, 100 gigabyte per second, it's not so bad, you know. If you imagine like you have 4 times, I don't know, let me say 5090 on such a server, you will be also uploading 100 gigabyte per second. And anyway, even on the server, when I have memory 3200, I think the realistic speed of the memory bandwidth is like 140, 150 is the top. So theoretically, you cannot feed up anyway even more when you have good CPU, when you have good memory with the Gen 4, let me say, mainboard. You are on the limit. And if I had those units actually 6 times, I would populate 6. Then I could be feeding maximum, what is the memory bandwidth, 150. So it will be exactly, let me say, the maximum. So this system will be maybe working if you can unlock the driver for 48 GPUs. I think it is the top maximum what you can run, but it is still with the CMP 170HX possible to have 3 terabyte of VRAM. And that's something that you will hardly collect with small GPUs. If you would like to have more, then you need to go bigger. And you need to go bigger with the cards. They go bigger with the consumption. Then you, for 8 cards, don't need 2.5 kilowatt power supply. You need like 6 kilowatt power supply. So it will be so crazy if you would like to go with better cards with discount, and I don't want to even count how much you would have to pay, because 15090 it's like how many, 4,000, then 4, it's like 32,000, then make it 6 times. Yeah, I think you can buy directly the B300 and it will be at the end maybe cheaper. So it's crazy, it's really crazy, people. But with some limitation, I think this system has some kind of potential. Definitely let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about the project? Are you interested about how much tokens it can make, maybe with the KIMI free and so on and so on. But definitely I am planning to run the KIMI. I will be using it, I will be coding with it, and I will make some kind of web where I will be actually offering, let me say, to test it. That will be definitely not for free, because this machine, imagine this unit is like 2.2, 2.4 kilowatt. You have 4 of them, it's like 9 kilowatt, then server. It's 10 kilowatt per hour machine. It is taking 2 megawatt per week when it is running on the full power. So that's something that definitely I cannot pay from my pocket. So I hope I will find in the audience, let me say, maybe some tens of up to 100 maybe users that will be maybe willing to use the power, and they will be maybe willing to pay. I'm thinking about some kind of monthly rate paid before, and then we will see what we will do. This is the plan for the future. Definitely there will be follow-up videos and I will let you know how everything will go, let me say, step by step, until we are ready to actually run it as I want. I hope you have enjoyed the video. I believe there was a lot of information. Definitely, if you have questions, put the comments below. I will hopefully be able to answer it. But really, this project I am building, and I am still not finished, yeah. And I had so many things done, yeah, because those cards with the water blocks, you know, to rebuild one card, it is really crazy, yeah, with the water block. Imagine the time that you need to spend on the where to cheaply buy it, yeah. I was lucky, let me say 2, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, I don't know, very long time ago, and it was crazy toy, crazy expensive, yeah. And rebuild it, you are doing like 2 cards a day, yeah, maybe 4 cards a day. Now rebuilding to 16, I think I am not the best with the, let me say, technical, because those parts they are so small. It is the capacitor 0402, yeah. This size is 0.5 millimeter to 0.5 millimeter to 1 millimeter. So you need a microscope, you need very good welding machine, and you need to really steady hands, and it's, let me say, very crazy. I will be making some kind of video, you will be able to see it. I will maybe make some kind of link, they are already there, and it's not so easy, but it's doable. And I think when you are good, you can do one card maybe like 15 minutes, just this solo process, yeah. But you need to remove it, take out the back plate, remove this complete setup. It is taking hours, you know, to dismount it and mount it back. It's even crazy. I was mounting it just the day, and I was just pushing inside 20 data cables. I was pushing inside, let me say, 16 pipes, 2 power supplies, let me say 14, 20 cables from the power. One day, 16 hours. It's crazy, really crazy. And you need to make it everything precise, yeah. You need to watch those data cables, because they are so easy to corrupt with the, let me say, magnetic field, you know, from the power cables. So it is very good. It cannot be just like that, yeah. It really needs to be as good as possible, yeah. So you don't have the interruptions between the cables, and it's really crazy. It's something that I am really gaining this experience really years, yeah. And this project 7 months in a row, and I am not going to work for 8 hours. I am working on it really whole half year in a row. Yeah, you are doing that. Of course, you need to live something and you do other things, but generally it is thousands and thousands of hours work on this machine, and it's still not finished. Yeah? It will be probably next month ready, and it will be just the hardware. Then we will be solving the software. Drivers, I'm not sure if we will be able to unlock Linux above 32 GPUs. It's everything in the question. Really, it's hard. So there will be a lot of things to think about, do, and it will be crazy. It will be crazy. But you see, I have everything marked. You see here the numbers. It is identification actually for the let me say cluster, that I know what is what, which is card, where is it, which PLX, so I can more efficiently, let me say, modify loading the models and so on and so on. So we will have like 4 units of those. You can have like 256. There can be running one model, yeah? And between it will be running very fast if you are able to unlock the PCI Express. So I want to be ready for the future, and this is the best I was able to do. Yeah? I cannot do better. It is the maximum I was able. And anyway, it was very hard, a lot of thinking, but I think with this CMP unlocker we have won, and at the end it will be the beast. It will be the beast. I think even for the interference, I'm not sure how many tokens the Kimi can go, but it will be crazy. It will be crazy because I can run her. Before, with the, I don't know, even if I put all my GPUs from the NVIDIA that I have maybe 25090 is okay, then it's 64 extra, then I have 4 times 5080, then it is 128 extra, and if I had all those 8 gigs cards without unlocker, then I am about, I don't know, 200, 300, so I will be about 400. So I couldn't actually run the Kimi whatsoever, even with the smallest quantization. But now we can go pure. We can go pure FP8. So I think it will be amazing. Amazing. Because who can tell, okay, I can run at home this machine. There is one more thing I would like to actually talk about, and it was the heat dispersion. I actually started about, and this unit is about 2 kilowatt. Yeah. When we have 4, I said actually it's like 9 with the server, let me say up to 10 kilowatt. It can be, let me say, into the heat, and you need really good cooling, and you need really good pump. You know, I am using pumps like 40 and 50 millimeters, 2 inches, yeah, close to inches pumps. It is like 20 kilos Edelstahl, let me say stainless steel pump, and they are running even in the serial. So when one fall down, actually it can actually go wider, and you need big flow of the water. I was telling you, like, you need 1.5 liter per GPU. It's good. Here is the setup I cannot actually make. I could make, but makes no sense. It's not so big difference with the fluid. Let me say, if this card will be 40 degrees, then this one will be like 41, 42. So the step of the fluid that actually one card heat up, it's not so dramatical, so they can be actually two in the serial. Yeah, but definitely you cannot make serial 8 cards. Yeah, that will not work. Definitely it will not work. If you will be pushing like 1.5 liter, okay, you will put here, let me say, and 2 degrees you can count on each, so the last card it will be burning, you know, even when you have cold water. So you really need big flow. Optimum is about, let me say, 6 liters on this unit minimum per minute. Then you have the CPU, there will be 5 units. It is like 30 liters, yeah, per minute. Then 35, maybe up to 40 liters per minute. Yeah, you need to flow of the fluid for this machine to get the heat off this machine. So you really need to it's really technical, let me say, a hard project. I think I have now the capacity about to heat down about 20, maybe 25 kilowatt of the heat dispersion. I can take it with the water, because my pumps, they can handle about 150 liters per minute. I think I can go. And I was running actually in the old times when I had all those old GPUs like this one, the 3090, that is actually going to be sold. And you see it's dirty, and actually the nickel, chrome nickel, is away, but it really doesn't matter. This card, it was the beast in the time of the Ethereum. It is the last piece I actually kept. You see, it is dual side cooling, and when you keep the cool, I have the very good luck on the silicon with this model. It was one of the first cards that was actually sold when the 3090s were out. I think it was the 2020. And this card was able to do 129.5 megahash per second on the Ethereum. Memory stable 1500 plus. And the core was undervolted, I think. So it was able to run stable. Generally 3090s were running about, I don't know, 170, 120, the best cards 125, and this one 129.5. If anyone is interested, it will be on the eBay, let me say, next month on the beginning. You can check the eBay DE, the German one, and this card will be in the auction and you can go for it. There will be definitely a minimum price. If it doesn't reach, I will close it. I will not sell it, because this one, it is the golden piece. Even when it looks like it's dirty, yeah, you can clean it, you can play with that, but I don't have the time. I need to build a big machine. So prices about the cables. This cable, it's like $20 one. For this machine you need like 100 to 120 cables. Those data cables, those PCI Express, doesn't matter if it is the SSF or MCO cable. I am actually using the combo. It is the special one. One side you have the MCO cable, and on the other side you have the SSF, because it is the connection for the Gen 4, let me say, the PLX switches. Because this one you can buy, let me say, for $500, but if it is Gen 5, I didn't see actually any for sale with this setup, that you can plug it actually into PCI Express line, and definitely the chip alone is about, I don't know, I think there is the chip, it is the 89144. and it cost about $2,000 just the chip. So that's crazy, and I am not investing such a money. I don't have it. So it is amazing project, and I hope you will like it, you will love it, and definitely subscribe the channel if you are going to follow up, let me see my videos, because there will be coming more. I had a little bit break on this channel. I need to make the pause. I am all the time doing this one. I don't have time to make the videos, and all the time it's really very physical, mental, software, hardware, let me say hard work task. That's crazy, and I am filling it with one man, so it's really very complicated when you need to order and get it and you don't have it. For example, those CPUs, when you are buying EPYCs, I bought 5 of them, and actually 5 of them were gone. I bought 7 of them. One is good and one is like okay, but he's making some kind of mistakes on the L1, L3. So really, to get good EPYC CPU today, especially those big ones, 7763, that's really a hard job. That's really a hard job, and I'm still hunting one CPU for me, maybe 2, to be ready for this project. And it's months. I am hunting the CPU like 3-4 months. I have one ready just for this server. So really, people, it's crazy. And I am not talking about the memory, about the RAM, and another story. I think everybody knows what is going on the market now. It's really crazy. So to build such a machine, you really need, like, I don't know, 100k now, minimum, I think so. Okay, thank you for the watching. Please subscribe to the channel. We can go wider and we can get a little bit more, let me say, subscribers and a community that will be willing to go further with this project. And there will be definitely limited members to use and connect to this machine, because it's anyway, it has its limits. And if we will be running, let me say, Kimi, even when it can go, let me say, million tokens, that will be quite hard even for this machine. It will be running hours. Definitely it can, let me say, go parallel, maybe like with 30-40 maybe users, but this is something that we will need to discuss in the future. But definitely I hope I will find some people that are interested, because this one will be private. It will be no cloud. It will be, let me say, just like it is. It will be raw. It will be without censor, and your data will be more or less secure unless somebody hack me. So I think this one will be nice project, and few of you will be allowed to in the future have this, let me say, power available for your projects, for your coding, and so on and so on. Okay, thank you and bye bye.